Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Here is another short presentation, this time on what is meant by OEM and ODM. There seems to be some confusion around what exactly are OEM and ODM. The terms are often used interchangeably and definitions are sometimes swapped for added confusion. Now let's follow this flowchart to see the relationships between the company and the ODM or OEM. Now if there is a product company, they do market research to validate a project idea. Now, if that idea is not validated, obviously that's back to square one. If the idea is validated, they have to consider, is there a budget available for research and development? If there is a budget available for the R&D, they can proceed to the OEM that will then manufacture the product for them, ship the product back to the client. However, if there is no budget available for R&D, they have to proceed to an ODM that can then carry out the research and development for them and then manufacture the product and ship it back to the client. In both cases, the client product company then sells the product on the market. So basically, here are the most commonly accepted definitions. OEM stands for Original Equipment Manufacturer. OEMs are companies which manufacture products based on the product design and specifications provided by their client. The client does all the market research, R&D, and develops its own product, but it does not have the manufacturing capability to fulfill the market demand. So it turns to an OEM to do the manufacturing on its behalf. Some examples of OEM. Most computers contain components manufactured by multiple companies. For example, Dell does not make all the components in a Dell laptop, and Apple does not make all the components in an iMac. While these companies design the computers, they incorporate components from other manufacturers. For instance, a Dell laptop might contain an AMD processor and a Samsung SSD. AMD would be the processor, an OEM, and Samsung would be the OEM for the storage device. An iMac might contain an Intel processor and a Micron RAM. In this case, Intel and Micron are the respective OEMs. While ODMs, or original design manufacturers, are companies which will research and develop product designs and specifications based on the product idea brief provided by the client. In most cases, ODMs also manufacture the product they design and which will then be branded in the client company's name and sold by them on the market. A side business ODMs may have is the creation of their own white label products that they themselves or other brands can then put their logos on. One example of this is the Chinese smartphone manufacturer Qiku. They developed the Micromax Dual 5 for the Indian smartphone company Micromax. It is in fact identical to the Qiku 360 Q5 Plus, but has simply been rebranded for an Indian market. So, some pros and cons of working with OEMs. As a client, you would own the intellectual property and exclusivity to sell that product. It can be customized. It may be more difficult to copy the product. Companies that partner with an OEM should expect to get a manufacturer's warranty. If there are any problems or product defects, the warranty protects the partnering company's investment. When you ink a contract with an OEM, you're getting a production partner with years of experience in building specialty products and components. All parts built by an OEM are tested for quality to ensure they match the partnering company's exact specifications. They have the expertise needed to build the product, device, or component that another company needs to build its product, primarily because they can mass produce the product on a regular and specialized basis. They can build a component, part, or device more inexpensively than the company who buys the OEM product for their own products. Additionally, when a company does business with an OEM, they receive a precision product component which meets their exact demands and conditions for production, delivery, and management. Some disadvantages of working with OEMs. Research and development still has to be done by the client company. This means more time and expense. There may be a high number of order quantity requirements. Conflicts between OEMs and potential business partners may arise. It's up to the specific OEMs and client companies to hammer out their own unique partnership model and sync together to make it work. While the pros and cons of working with ODMs, there are many advantages such as lower minimum order quantity requirements, save time and money on R&D because it's already been done for you. ODM suppliers can design and produce the needed product in bulk and often at discounted bulk prices. usually faster to market than an OEM. However, the disadvantages must also be considered. No product exclusivity, fewer opportunities for customization, the intellectual property of a product is owned by the supplier or another company. Other companies may start selling the same product as you. Whichever method of manufacture is chosen, one must be aware of the risks and attempt to mitigate them by carefully selecting their ODM or OEM. Ensure they are reputable and experienced in the type of product required. Be prepared to provide product specification instructions no matter which method is chosen. We hope you like this short and simplified presentation. As always, feedback and comments are very much appreciated. Thank you.